Hi, today we are going to talk about 9 tips for ranking in Google's featured snippet. This is the part 2 series of 3-part series. Tip number 2. Use Google to uncover snippet opportunities. One of the best ways to find snippets that you can optimize content for is to think like your audience. My name is Raj Pavi and I am the creator of AI Insider, an artificial powered digital marketing tool which we use in-house to outrank any of your competitors. Please check our banner video to learn a little bit more about us. If you have any digital marketing assistance, please don't hesitate to contact us. Our website is www.dcdigitals.com. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I make a video every day. What questions are people actually trying to find answers for? For instance, put yourself in the shoes of someone who is new to marketing and may not understand some common terms. There are a whole lot of terms and acronyms in the marketing world that can be intimidating and confusing to people who aren't familiar with them. Do a short search such as "What is a CTA in marketing?" For this search query, there is a featured snippet in the form of a paragraph. For the term you're looking for, the snippet might contain a list or a series of steps. And who knows, the featured content might already be yours. If it isn't, check out ideas under People Also Ask section. These are questions related to the search you already entered. To look at snippets for each search query, just expand the phrase by clicking the arrows on the right. Then you can read through the full snippet for each related questions. This is a quick way to identify competitors and content ideas in one easy step. Now you can steal their snippet with a bit of time and effort. You can also identify some questions by using a site like Answer the Public. Tip number 3. Find content ideas on Answer the Public. Since questions are most likely to bring up featured snippets, you've got to answer how, what, when, where, why, or who. The best place to find out the types of questions people might be asking about a particular topic is Answer the Public. Let's say you want to learn more about apple pie. Just type it in and you will receive tons of suggestions for questions related to the topic that you can answer with your content. Then pick which angle you want to take. If you want to answer questions that address the what, just focus on that section. Then pick a question to answer from that group. It's that simple. Keep in mind that you may want to do some keyword research before you do this to make sure the words you're searching are SEO friendly. Tip number 4. Do keyword research. It's time for some good old keyword research. You should already be doing it, but you can optimize your keyword research to help you get featured snippets too. It's a good idea to use a tool or two to find out if a search query will bring up featured results or not. I like SERPstat because it allows me to easily see which keywords bring up featured snippets on the result page. Now, that's pretty neat, right? Just type in a domain, keyword or link and hover over each result to see if featured snippets come up for search. This is awesome for uncovering which featured snippets your competitors are currently ranking for. Plus, if you already rank high for a particular keyword, it's worth finding out if Google currently brings up featured snippet for those keywords. If they do, try to rank for it by identifying and answering the questions that people have about the topic. Then just format your content to include tags that relate to these questions. It's also important to answer more than one question in each of your articles. Tip number 5. Answer multiple questions. Do you remember the Ahrefs study from earlier? Well, it also uncovered that once a page earns a featured snippet, it's more likely to become featured in other related queries. That's why you should structure your article in a way that answers every related questions in one location. Focus on beefing up one solid article that answers tons of questions rather than multiple articles if you want to earn featured snippets. Word count is a huge factor to consider too. Tip number 6. Stay within the optimal word count. Keep your section tight and concise so that Google can easily feature your content. Section off of your lists, paragraph and steps rather than letting them all run together. Just look at this list, it's only 52 words long. According to SEMrush, this is a pretty normal length for a featured snippet. Their analysis found that the most common length of content in featured snippet is between 40 to 50 words. Because of this, you should try and keep your section of content no longer than 50 words and no shorter than 40. Use headers to break up your content sections. Tip number 7. Use headers. One quick, simple way to format your content for featured snippet is to make sure that you break up each section. Use the paragraph style section on Google Docs or in WordPress to do this. Organize your steps, lists, or paragraph with headers. I prefer H2 headers myself. Use H1, H2, H3, or H4 and be sure to organize your subheadings by size. For example, a subheading under a main heading that is H3 should be H4, not H2. If you add step 1, step 2, or rule number 1, rule number 2, etc., Google will place them in chronological order. So be sure to format your articles in chronological order too, so that Google will more likely to feature it. Another great tip is to add a whole new area to your site devoted to providing resources to your readers and customers. Well, that's all for today. I hope you use this information to rank your site.